Hey, what's going on guys? Mark back in the workshop on Mark's Aquatics. If you look on the left hand side of the screen there, you can see a little tiny baby Panchax or Panchax. Oh, there's two of them there, look at that. We've got about five, I think, 5 or 6 out, and we're going to be bringing them up in this little tank. Now, it's been a couple of weeks since the last video where we paired them up and got them from the shop and everything else, and I'm going to keep track of these little guys, so you'll have to bear with me because they move so fast. Where are they gone? They go in between the little pebbles and it's very, very hard to find them. So what I'm going to do on this episode, guys, is we're going to be putting some baby brine shrimps in there. Now I've got a nice bowl of them here which I've just freshly hatched out and timed it with them hatching, so they're right at their smallest stage. There's a little guy there, I think, right at the front. Where are you? There he is. You can see they're extremely small, whizzing around. So we're going to feed them some baby brine shrimps and get on and see how they get on with them. Also guys, when you are feeding baby brine shrimps, always be wary of their in salt water. I hear horror stories all the time of people, they completely forget that they're in salty water where you hatch these brine shrimps out, and then they put in that solution straight in, or if they're buying them in packet versions from the shops, that they get them in those little tubes, those little bubble packets, and they're alive in there, just snipping the top with scissors and pouring them all in there. Obviously that's salt water in there, so by adding that in, the salinity is going to go up in your tank and everything's going to get killed, sadly. So always run them through a little screen like that. And that's I don't know how many micron it is, but you can buy brine shrimp sieves and you basically just take a pipette full of them, drop them through there, let that water drain out, bit of tank water, squeeze it through them. In fact, I'll zoom back out again and I'll show you how to do that. Right, okay, I've got a pipette. If it will focus on these guys, you can see there's hundreds of them in there. So what I do is I just get this and I squeeze that through here, just push that mesh down, and then I'll just drip them in there, just like that. You may get a few little egg cases in there, but not to worry. And then I can dip my pipette into the tank, just squirt a bit of water in there like that, and you can see them seething around in there. Just suck them up, little piece up like that, and then we can blow them in the tank. In fact, I'll put the rest of these guys into another tank so something else can eat them a minute, on another breeding project that I'm working on for you guys to be watching. And then what I'm going to do, I'll tell you what, we'll get set up again down on the gravel, and hopefully you'll see, or we'll zoom in and we'll see some of these little chaps. You'll see them coming down. And there they come. You'll see them zipping all over the place. I think what I'll do is I'll take out the tripod now. You can see a couple of little guys in the back there just zipping around. You can see it's really, really hard for you guys for this to focus on there, sorry, so you'll have to bear with me. I'll get as close as I can for you. You can see him as they go drifting past, taking them out one at a time. There you go. And it's a bow front tank, which is a bit of a nuisance to film through also. This silly camera, one of these days I'm going to get myself a decent camera, guys, where I can get this footage. Any good suggestions out there, give me a shout, okay? If any of you, with you YouTubers out there, I know a lot of you guys use your phones, but like I said, with a bow front tank, I've always filmed on my phone. I mean, I got a Samsung Galaxy S20 that I use, but you can see these little guys zipping away. Yeah, that's a bit better. It's just very hard. Obviously you don't want to scare them, but you can see actively taking them out. You can see that little flat Panchax mouth, or Panchax, I keep calling them Panchax, but their little bellies are getting fatter and fatter as they go. Look at that. And these guys are microscopic at the moment as well. They're not very big, so they're quite hard to film because the camera wants to focus on everything else apart from them. So I'll go down, maybe there's one on the gravel I can find for you. Right, there you go guys, there is a little baby, little Panchax, whizzing around. I put him in a little petri dish that I've got. I thought I'd give you a little close up if you'll keep still for 2 seconds. And that's what they look like, look at that. Little mouths going away. Now these guys love feeding off the surface as well, so I'm feeding them brine shrimp for a starter food. You don't have to. They'll take powdered food, coral food, like I said earlier in the video, from the very start. So you don't need any fancy foods like my other tetra breeding videos, infusoria, all that kind of stuff. We don't need any of that, which is great. But there you go, I just thought I'd give you a quick close-up of what one looks like. And now I'll put him back in the tank with his mates so he can carry on growing. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Right, go on then little mate, out you go. Hey, thank you for letting us have a little look at you. I hate this camera, it's doing my head in now. Anyway, there you go, there he is. I've just put him back and he's straight away, he's onto those little freshly hatched brine shrimps already. Look at that. I love seeing them when they're this age. Little orange bellies full of food. Makes me happy now, and that's an awesome indicator of how your fish are feeding. Obviously, when they're transparent like that, you can see the food in their bellies, and so you know they're eating. He's off, he's zapping them. He's zapping them straight away. Look at that, fantastic. Anyway guys, I'm going to give you an update on these when they're a little bit bigger. There you go, thank you camera. And we'll let these guys grow. So as always, fantastic. You're all diamonds, you're all stars. Love you loads, take care. And I'll see you on the next edition of Mark's Aquatics. Bye for now.